Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and a brand new video. I'm wearing my Mangang t-shirt today and it's perfect for the video that I'm going to be doing with you guys today. So I'm going to tell you a story, but I'm going to change the names for the obvious reason. So there was this couple called Shirley and Craig. Now obviously I've changed the names, it's not the original names. So Shirley and Craig were in a relationship for a long time, and they had actually been together for 12 years and they were really happy. They came across really happy and came across absolutely besotted with the other person, and everybody that knew them for 12 years, and no proposal has been done. They all said, that he hasn't proposed. Well, I don't believe in tradition. If she loves him, surely she would want to propose. But that's not even... Anyway, so she, was bragging a lot about how big it is, if you know what I'm talking about. And she did that for a long time. Shirley was always, saying, oh, he's very good in the bedroom department. He always satisfied me. It was massive, the biggest I've ever had. And there starts to become a pattern, because a lot of people had mentioned to her online that, but you say every time you've been in a relationship, I noticed that you say that about all of them, that it's the biggest you've had. And her friend was concerned for her, and Shirley decided, after a big row that they had, that she was going to break up with him. But as you notice, when some relationships end, the couple that are now single would announce on Facebook that they're no longer in a relationship, and that'd be it, because most people would want to keep it private, unless you're gonna privately message close friends about it, for someone to talk to about how it's made you feel, etc., etc. But no, Shirley decided to do something else. She decided to say, this is my Snapchat, snap for your opinion, who's ready to get close. Now, you've been with Greg for 12 years. You bragged to a lot of people how good he was in bed. you bragged to a lot of people about how big it was. This did end up in the papers, so that's why I'm changing the names, because it's not fair to either of them for people to be going to look them up. So Shirley, not only did she say all that and offer all that, she knocked his confidence and self-esteem by telling everyone that all he had the whole time was a pencil and that he wasn't worth it. And she spent 12 years wasted with someone that has a pencil. Not only did it knock his confidence and self-esteem, she told him that he needs to man up and take it, and that she expects him to man up and take it. And, you know, this poor Greg was heartbroken and absolutely devastated over the ending of the 12-year relationship with Shirley. And he wasn't very confident for a long time. He struggled to meet another woman, and when he did finally manage to get himself to go on a date, this woman that he went on a date with was chatting with him about things, and he asked her why she was single, and soon as she said to him, he wasn't man enough for me, he didn't like hearing that he had a small he thought, so it's not just me. It was said, and another man experienced that and was expected to man up and take it. So, he wanted to finish the date. He didn't want to come across rude or anything like that. So Greg finished his date with this woman, and she asked if he wanted to see her again, and he thought, I want to say yes so I don't come across rude, but that's giving her false hope, and Greg didn't want to do that. So Greg had decided to decline in the end. Plus, he then thought in the back of his mind that perhaps he may not be ready for dating. So Shirley admitted after a few months that she still loved him, and that she said what she said because she didn't want anyone else to date him. And she admitted to him why she did what she did. Would he take her back? And he said to her that he didn't want to take her back because he couldn't forgive her for what she did, and he couldn't understand why after all that she would want him back, or why he may possibly want her back. So he wanted to sort his mental health out. Not only did he want to do that, but he had to cope with the news that she was pregnant, and he had to do a DNA test to check if it was his, because he wasn't sure if it was his or the guy that she got with straight after being with him. Um, but let's remember that she did still love him and wanted to get back with him. Um, and, you know, stories like this are more common than we might realise. And, you know, knocking a man's confidence and self-esteem and whatever else about his private parts, and then expecting him to man up and take it, is not something that I agree with. I know how not very nice it is. You know, it's very damaging to a man, and I know men have their moments where they might not be very nice to a woman, but, you know, he gets slated, he gets called every name under the sun for just slightly being out of order with a woman. But a woman knocks his self-esteem and confidence, and she gets away with it, and everyone tells him to man up and take it. But when it's the other way around, he gets slated. I don't like that it happens that way. I wish that it wasn't like that at all with any gender. I think it's awful that men and women go through hard times. But just remember that it's okay to not be okay. And as Mangang say all of the time, it is not weak to speak. And they do have your back. So to any man that's struggling or feeling anything in any way, find a support group with amazing people. Falling over. Life is weighing you down. You need to lighten the load. Well, if you're a man who's struggling with his mental health and needs someone to talk to, Mangang are on Facebook. They're on Instagram and they are on TikTok. The main guy who started it is an amazing man, and I cannot recommend Mangang enough. I talk about them enough, and I thought I would mention them along with this story. To answer any questions, he did find the right woman in the end. They're married now. Shirley is been single for a long time and hasn't met the right man yet. Just to kind of end that story. Not only is Greg happily married, they've got 2 kids and 1 on the way, which is incredible. He found a peer support group which helped him in the end, and knowing that he found the right woman, you know, for him, really helped him as well. It showed and had him believe that there are some good women out there who are just really good and everything. So Mangang meetings are every Wednesday at 6:30 at the Saints Pub in Southampton, at Winchester and in Eastleigh. and Sundays at 6:30 p.m. is a meeting on Zoom, and that goes on until late. And these meetings are an amazing way for men who are struggling to meet other men who are also struggling that you can relate to. You know, my dad, when he joined Mangang, he found others that have been through or are going through similar to him, and he could really relate to their stories and all things like that. It doesn't matter how silly you think your upset is that you're going through. I don't want to say problem. I don't really like that word. Because to me, mental health, someone struggling and having mental health, to me, it's not a problem. It's, I don't know, I just don't like the words. It's just me. But no, Mangang are absolutely incredible. They have a walk every single Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and it's at Southampton Common. And if you're a man who is local, then please don't force yourself to do any of the meetings or going on the walk. But when you feel ready enough that you can do that, they will welcome you with open arms, and they will not force you to say anything. They will say their experiences and what they've been through, and if just doing that helps encourage you to say, do you know what, I've been through that or similar, that's incredible. The walk is at Southampton Common at 10 o'clock, and you do a walk, and then you stop off for coffee, and then you walk back to the starting point, and then you have a bit more of a chat if you feel you need it, and then you go off and you go your separate ways. They do also have a WhatsApp group where it's a safe haven to just say whatever you feel you need to say. And also, if you plan on doing something or going out somewhere and you want to invite them to it and all things like that, it's a safe haven. So if you feel that you need someone to talk to and it hasn't got to Wednesday yet or Sunday for the meeting on Zoom, and you really need that person to talk to, then WhatsApp is the safe place. My dad, his WhatsApp goes off all the time, and he loves saying to me, oh, we've got a new member. Oh, well, someone else to get to know and talk to. You know, I always know when it's Mangang on WhatsApp because I hear Tigger. you know his laugh, that's what he's got for Mangang. And, you know, Tigger is a happy, jolly character, as we know from Winnie the Pooh. And Dad's learnt to be more Tigger and more bouncy, and that's why he hears Tigger. He knows it's Mangang on WhatsApp. You know, one or two of the members on a Saturday have opened up to me and told me things that they've been struggling with. And I think it's because doing that, it helped me to open up to them and tell them things that I went through, because it shocked him. Obviously, I'm not going to start talking about the conversations we've had. Confidentiality is the number one thing within Mangang, and obviously I only mention what I've been through because I'm happy to, you guys know about it already. But this guy, I won't say any names, but this particular guy had opened up to me and he built some trust with me, and I told him things that I went through, and he chatted with Dad, and Dad confirmed it all and was very, yeah, that really did happen. And and it was really nice to know that a man felt comfortable, not just to open up to a woman. I'm just Tim's daughter. That's it, Mangang. I'm just Tim's daughter. But the fact that you trust him enough to know that you can trust me enough to share it with me has made me feel incredible. Because I know how you all feel about my dad, and he's still, like, overwhelmed with it today. Even the other day, he was saying the support he got Wednesday gone, and he just couldn't believe it. He was sat in the kitchen and in the lounge, chatting with me and saying to me, I had a lot of support Wednesday. The main man, we call Bish, he's just said, Bish just got up and gave me a hug. And he's still very, wow, it's incredible. I just wanted to, um, do this to just sort of, tell you a story and tell you a lot about Mangang. And now, if Bish doesn't mind, which I'm sure he won't mind, I want to insert a clip for him with him explaining his part of Mangang, because, well, if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be a thing, and Dad and I wouldn't have met incredible men that we see as the best of friends now. All the men in Mangang have become like brothers to Dad, and it's just like no other. I've never known anything like it, and I'm just so grateful, because me and Dad, we might have our ups and downs, okay, but they saved his life, and I'm yeah, we have our ups and downs, but who doesn't? We have had our moments where we've not really liked the other person, but we still have a relationship, and no one can thank Mangang enough for what they do. They have done so much. Honestly, yeah. I'm getting emotional. Can you see? Anyway, I'm going to allow myself to get emotional, because it's okay to cry. Don't stop yourself. Cry, let it out, and you'll feel better for it afterwards.
The Mangang is a network of men who believe that it's not weak to speak. No politics, no ego, and no BS. Our groups are an opportunity to chat with each other and say what we're thinking and feeling. No judgment here. We believe that talking helps ease the pressure that modern men face in life, and we want to break down the stigma of talking about our bad days. Our support network offers a chat and a laugh every week to any of our visitors at any of our locations. Holding weekly sessions, we bring together men from all professions, age groups and backgrounds. The Mangang continues to grow and help put people who might be struggling in touch with those who have been where they are. You could be an apprentice bricklayer. You could be the managing director of a big global corporate company. But we all have problems sometimes. Breaking down the stigma of men talking about how they feel is our aim. And our groups show everyone is equal and we're all able to help each other out. By offering an outlet to men of all ages and backgrounds, we bring together blokes and show them that they're not alone. We all have bad days, and you'll be likely to find someone going through the same as you at one of our meetings, talking and supporting. It's what we do. Mangang are here to help. Ask if you're living with it. Listen if you're not. Act if you know. It's not weak to speak.
Sorry, it's a long video, but I knew it was going to be. I prepared for this. It's okay. So you've seen Bish's video, and you've got a massive idea of what Mangang is about. And I just want to remind all you men out there, it is not weak to speak. This is the Back into the Light t-shirt, which is a 12-mile walk, walking into the light, which is for Suicide Prevention Day. And 12 miles is the longest I've ever done. Okay. And it was absolutely incredible. I will never forget that experience, especially my legs. But it was just amazing. The speech at the beginning, the lighting of the candles, and having a minute to think about those that either have been through finishing suicide or knowing someone that tried to but is here to talk about it. And I don't say commit suicide because it's not a crime. You don't commit it anymore. It's finished suicide, okay? Just wanted to remind everyone that that's what you really say now. But yeah, I hope that this video alone has just, if it's just helped a man out there think, do you know what? It's not weak to speak, and I can get help, and I don't need to man up. If this just helps one man, it will make me very happy. And knowing that there are men out there that do get help, that, you know, just, yeah. Just know that I sing these guys' praises all of the time, and I think they know it as well. And I do not miss a Saturday, because the walks on the Saturday is open to everybody, and I get to go and see Mangang, and I love it. You know, Saturday gone, there was it started with the three of us, and then four, and then five. It varies. You don't always get the same old crowd. We had a newbie Saturday gone. Saturday just gone, there was a new guy that turned up from America. He's so lovely, and you know, he joined us on the walk. He had a coffee, he had breakfast, and we were thinking about it. We had lunch in the pub instead. But I'm still not saying any names. Confidentiality. Pardon me, hiccuped. But no, he had a really nice walk. He would love to come along again. He's been to some meetings, and he's more positive than he has been before, and that's really good. Obviously, I don't want to say too much, but he did have a private moment with chatting with Dad outside, and I could tell when he walked back in that he felt better, because he had a bigger smile on his face, and that's what we want to see. More men that feel good after talking about their things that they're going through, knowing that they smile because they feel good that they've done that makes me feel very good, knowing that there is hope and help out there for men. Um, you know, if you guys ever want me to do a video talking about women's mental health, being a woman, then I can do that. But I really want to push mental health for men because I think it needs to be talked about more than what it is. Um, but that's just me and my opinion. But yeah, I really believe that to keep talking about it because it's so important. And obviously, my dad, he's had his own mental health, so it means a lot to me, and it's kind of personal, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I can do a mental health video for women if you want. I don't really know where to start from my own, but you know enough about me, and that's yeah. Don't want to bore you, literally. Yeah. I'm going to end it here. I just again, it's not weak to speak, and just know that you're not alone, and that there will be lots that have been in your shoes who or are in your shoes, and that you can get through this, and it is okay to be okay, to not be okay, but as Bish always says, keep on carrying on. Bye everybody.